This is exactly why you don't want to be carrying around a cheap multi-tool or knife. Now, I know sometimes we are tempted to get a multi-tool that is somewhat cheaper or affordable, but there is a difference between affordable and cheaper. But let's say, for example, you're out hiking or camping and your car breaks down, and now you're stranded in the middle of nowhere and you need some sort of survival tool. Do you really want that multi-tool you're stuck with to be a cheap knockoff? Of course not. I tried to do a little research on this tool, but all I could find is that it seems to be a cheap knockoff of a Victorinox that is made in China. Aside from that, I couldn't really find anything else other than some people thinking it may be a sort of antique, but in reality, it's just junk. At first glance, yes, it kind of looks like a Victorinox. It has a lot of these similar tools. The knife even has a similar design to it, but the big difference is that one is made in China and the other is made in Switzerland. Now the logo looks like they were going for something similar as well, but the original Swiss Army logo still looks much better. You just can't compare. Let's look at some of the tools included in this multi-tool. It's got a toothpick, not the best looking toothpick, but as a last resort, I guess it could be of good use. You get your tweezers. Those look to be okay, I guess. The knife doesn't get a locking mechanism like a Victorinox, so that alone makes it somewhat unsafe. But you can also see that the knife no longer holds in place after a slight bend. The entire structure of the handle misaligned, and this thing is falling apart completely. Now you get a corkscrew remover, but it looks to be fragile, as I actually found a second knife with a broken corkscrew remover, which it looks to be because this is made of cheap quality material. You get some scissors, but they are not the best cutting scissors as well. And I wouldn't be cutting important papers with this because it'll definitely ruin the edge of the paper, as you can tell. Not the sharpest. The bottle opener actually works. I tried it out and no problem with that functioning as it's supposed to. So good job on the bottle opener. The saw is slightly sharp, but again, I believe it'll have the same fate as the corkscrew remover, where if you go too fast or too hard, it may just break off. I can tell you that it has the same fate as a knife because you can see that the saw doesn't even go back in place as it's supposed to after using it for a bit. So definitely an unreliable tool. The can opener doesn't seem to be that sharp either, so you may struggle to open a can. You need that tip of the opener to be pointy, sharp, so you can go through the top of any can. A dull can opener doesn't work well at all. The awl isn't as sharp either, so I wouldn't trust it to puncture anything at all. At least you get a lanyard so you can hang it from the trash bag on the way out to the dump. Putting all jokes aside, as mentioned, there is a difference between affordable and cheap. And the one thing you wouldn't want is to put your trust on a cheap multi-tool like this. If you want affordable, you can definitely buy some good brands that have good quality tools at an affordable price. It's just a matter of looking around. But me personally, I just can't see myself carrying this thing around. The knife quality is just straight up bad. You can see that it's even beginning to stain in comparison to the Swiss Army, which still looks new. So let me know in the comment section, would you put your trust in such a cheap multi-tool like this? If you actually have this multi-tool, do you really use it? Has it been useful? I'm sure someone out there has some good reviews on this tool. I may be wrong and someone actually has found it to be super useful. As a last resort, yeah, I can see how it can be somewhat helpful, but let me know in the comment section, what do you think of it? Would you trust a cheap knockoff, or would you rather just buy the original Victorinox? That is all I have for y'all today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to help out the channel. Thank you all for your time. I'll see you in the next one.